Hello and welcome back to another stream with Glacier Silverstrike. We're going to be doing some more pulling and Umamusume. Now let's give everybody some time to see that I am actually streaming and they can jump in here. Yes. Well, time for some pulling first. So I'd like to point out that the legendary race is up. This is the third day. It should. I think we have one more day to do this. I think. So you want to get this done. I actually have won almost every single time I've raced. It's much easier than the previous ones. I've won 7 out of 9 times. I want to say there's 3 more attempts tomorrow, and if you haven't done today, you have 3 attempts today. But it is good to get stars for King Halo. Super Creek. So, this is King Halo. You should be able to get some stars if you do this legendary race. So, good idea to do it if you haven't done it. And of course, doing a couple PvP matches is great for ranking up. And then you always want to do your dailies every single day. You can skip the actual race, so they can be done in like 5 minutes, all 3 races. It doesn't take very much time at all to do the 6 races between the 2 of these. To get this right here, the first time you win, you'll get like 18. Yeah, but you'll get like 18 stars the first time you do this if you win. And then after that, you'll get 8 per win and 7 for second place. And it is very easy to actually win this. I am currently using this is what I'm using to win. This is a 1-star horse. Alright, you do one run with this horse, you should be able to get an S rank speed, and then very easy to win. Now, it does help to get your ultimate up, and all you really have to do for that is have like 90,000 fans before the last November in the game, and then also make sure that your the director's friendship is at least green level. So this legendary is very, very easy right now. Now, who knows about the next one? I know the previous one was quite hard for me. Rudolph was my best, and Rudolph was who was racing at the time. Well, I think that's enough time before we pull. I've been doing the paid for 50 carat every day. At least every day I think about it. For the 2 that are about to run out. The Kitsu Black, and then the what are we even calling this one? The one with Teo and McQueen. Well, right now I want to get a copy of McQueen, so that's what we're gonna go for first. I don't have enough to go to pity on both, so we'll see what happens about pity. If we get McQueen early, then we'll probably just move on and do the support pulls. If we don't get McQueen early and it's really close to pity, I'm just gonna push to pity. Wasn't too bad. I am trying to get Haru up, so I'm glad we got some 2 Harus. Nice. Nice. Okay, so Silent Suzuka. Silence Suzuka. Haru. Actually, I think that I might have a 4-star now of Suzuka, who I have actually never used in a race before. So I think my first 4-star is going to be a horse that I've never even used. Starting to get a little bit worried about McQueen. Oh, my King Halo should be able to start increase the rank. Vodka. Let's go. Got a Haru again. Haru. It's actually something I totally forgot to do. It's not too smart of me to go live and then just completely forget to drop the link into Discord. So only people that have hit the bell icon are currently seeing that I'm streaming right now. Sometimes it's just really hard to find my video. I don't know why. Shouldn't be hard for the person that is streaming. Alright. Self-promotion complete. Thank you for giving me a moment. I can't wait to see like what the star ratings are for all the characters after I get done with this. Really? That's not very good luck there. Unless something magically changes. Just need to see rainbow pop up. This rate, really thinking that we're gonna make a pity before we actually see McQueen. Incredible. It's the director this time. Let's go. Let's go. Incredible. Now, is it McQueen? It is not. I'm not super disappointed though. Because Doko Taiki. Whatever. Probably saying their name wrong. But it's the special one. Oh, let's go. Let's go. It is Iwa. Hey, Haida. I say that wrong. So we got 2 3-stars in one pool. That's decent right there. I'm enjoying that. And the 20 pieces and the 90 stars is very good. Go. Vodka. Yeah, these 3 in a row right here. Vodka. Bakushin. And Haru. Rara. Those 3 are the 3 main ones I really like using. So I'm glad to get more copies of them. Gold chip is also great. El Condor Pass is a good one to get to, because there's not many good horses on the dirt tracks. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to pity. Okay. Oh, we got the sideboard. Mihino Bourbon. That is a good one. Don't think that's enough to get her to 4 stars. Condor Passa. Good amount of 2 stars in this one. El Condor Passa again. Nice. A lot of 2 stars in that pool. I really do feel like McQueen doesn't like me. That was a lot of pulls to only get 3 stars. One. Zero Ryan. And then wait, no, we're above. Wait, what? I swear we needed to pull one more. Whatever. Alright, we got ourselves a McQueen by getting to pity. do not know if these special characters will come back, how often they come back, if it's a yearly event, if it's ever. I don't know. So, really wanted to get both of them. Cool. I did not mean to go 9 over. A little bit wasteful there. But we have a few more pulls that we could do on the Kitsu Black. So we're going to go ahead and do them. Marvelous Sunday. Last pull for now. If I hadn't wasted that single pull earlier, I've done 2 pulls. Another pull. Attaching Cafe. And that is it for now. It is a little bit too pricey to be dropping cash to be going for pities on these. Out of all the gacha games I've played, I think this might be the most expensive to go for pity. I did spend like the last 12 days earning as many carrots as I possibly could before going for doing these pulls. And I technically had, I think, 1 more day left on these banners, but I work tomorrow, so. And there's, I can't really earn that many carrots in a single day. Unless there's like a giveaway. Yeah, when she becomes available, I do want to pull from Manhattan Cafe. I heard this is a pretty good support card. It's a wit. Which, if you need to use 2 wits, I guess that would be a good one. I would probably use, if you have this support card. Oh, event bonus. No. This one, Fine Motion's support card. This support card is a much better support card if you have it. It is an SSR, so you have to get lucky. This was a good one that came from the event. A lot of cards use power, so the Vaca card's a good one. The El Condor Pass is a good one. Vaca Sheen is a great one. Of course, the Kitsu Black is the best one available currently. This is the event card right now that's for the event that's currently going on. I got it maxed out, level 50, everything. It's Guts, so not very relevant to the game currently. In the future, I hear that it becomes more relevant year 2. I've already got it powered up to 50, mostly because I'm using it for the event anyways, and I could power it up. So I went ahead and did. I would much rather have put the stuff into Sun Black. That is a more useful card overall, but to help with the percentage of EP, the event points, I was ranking that card up. Yeah. That's basically it on my support cards for now. Take a look at the star unlocks we have unlocked now. Very cool, very cool. Let's start with the event character. We have just enough to make it a 4-star. Now, this is great. I love it, but I will point out, if anyone watched the previous stream where I used this horse, Zuma, it's not very good. It looks great, has a great look to it, and maybe if I was going 4-speed, it would completely change everything, but it is hard enough just to beat the final races in the campaign with this horse. So not exactly great for being a 3-star. I have 1 star, so you can easily beat the campaign. Yet this 3-star struggles. If you get unlucky and get injured, which almost always happens. Harurara gets injured twice usually per run. I do. I have horrible luck. 6% chance of failure, failed. 12% chance, drown in the ocean. It's just not great. But yeah, so that's my opinion. She looks great, but obviously once the event's over, I'll be switching up the support cards I'm using and going heavier on the speed stat. So we'll see how that goes. Probably a much better run. Alright, time to get Golshi to 3 stars. Explosion! No, she's got a new uniform, new outfit. Cool. El Condor Pasa. 2, 3. Oh, their move went from level 2 move to level 1, completely different move. I do like El Condor Pass's style. Here we go. Here we go. This is what I was hoping. Super duper stoked. Just super duper climax. I just read that ability. That didn't sound like it got better. It actually sounded like it got worse. But we'll see. It's cute, but still not enough. We need Haru Urara supremacy. King Halu, 2, 3 star. For a king. close. Going to 2 stars with this character, they're very close to being 3 stars. Probably the next 10 pull. There's a very good chance. Winning ticket. She's not that far off being able to hit 3 star. I can't beat others, I will beat myself. A lot of these 1-star Uma are very close to becoming 3 stars now after doing 2 full pities. I would love for somebody to help me figure out how to say this horse's name someday. That is insane. My star pieces took a hit there, but doing a little bit better towards the star. Going off of that, I'm not sure if these characters will ever be available again, so I'm thinking that both of them will have to be earned through the statue exchange, which will take a lot of statues. Because this game is very similar to Princess Connect, and the statue exchange is going to, if it follows suit for the previous game, the first 25 is 1, the second 25 is 2 cost. So that would be 25 statues to get 25, then 50 statues to get 25. Then it'll be 75 statues to get 25. And then it'll be 100 statues to get 25. And then from there, for the rest of forever, it'll be 5 statues per 1 star. So at that point, you would probably need another 120 more stars, I think, which would be 600 statues. So that's like 850 statues to get to rank 5 at this point, from where I am now, for 1 character. Statue exchange is definitely not the way to go. The first 25 statues are great. 1 for 1 is a great thing to do, but I highly recommend saving your statues for characters that are hard to get or are not in the standard banner. This is a special character, this is a special character. I do not believe they're going to be in the standard banner, so there's no way to get stars for them once this event is over. Therefore, if you want to get them, stronger, you will have to you'll have to use those statues. Unless something changes. Now, they might add them to the legendary race every once in a while, but that's still not enough. That will help us rank them up. But earning one, because on top of that, in these games, usually you can earn a character for like 150 or something star pieces. So if you have a certain amount of star pieces, you should be able to exchange them for a character, if it's like Princess Connect. But getting 150 star pieces just to exchange for one character that's a big, it's a large investment. Okay, let's pick up the rewards. We got a little bit of carrots there. We actually have enough for a pull. Keep the sun black. One more pull. Let us go. Be onwards. Come on, turn rainbow. No luck there. More rewards. Alright, let me, while we're in here, show you this. So if you go to special, we have 4 days left. We're already 2 days into this. The Spring G1 Celebration Mission Part 1. So if you come in here, you'll see that there are a few races that you have to get in the top 3. Not a big deal. You can always look those up to figure out which ones they are and go do them. One second, I will actually, just to help everybody out real fast. Okay, so it is the Spring Stakes. And then for Spring Stakes, Bourbon, Bakushin, and Miro Z Sky. 3-star character I don't have. The one with the red jacket. Those 3 all have this race as an objective. So you have to do this race if you play those 3 characters. You can also do this with Eggroove, Passa, Brass Wonder, King Halo, Oguri Cap, Silent, Suzuka, Taiki Shuttle. You can do it with, but I wouldn't, with Vodka or Scarlet, because that will cause you to do 3 races in a row, and that could mess up a campaign. Now, if you want to do both of these races at the same time, the Yayoi Show, you can do this with Silent Suzuka, Orgori Cup, Grass Wonder, or El Condor Pasa. Some of the other characters I named before you can still do it with, but those are the 4 best characters if you want to get both of these done in one run. So I highly recommend you just do one run with either Grass Wonder or El Condor Pasa. Agora Cup is a choice too, but is a 3-star, so you might not have her. And then Silent Suzuka is a 3-star, and you might not have her. Right. So those are the 4 characters that I recommend you do to complete this. 10,000 money, clocks, 10,000 SP, and then if you complete all of them, including the 2 I've already completed, you will get 150 carats. Doesn't sound like a lot, but it beats paying for them. So I recommend you come in here. 10 campaigns is a lot to do in 4 days, so I recommend you start doing it now. If you have extra campaigns, you should have a Haru. Playable Haru. You come in here, you just set up Haru real fast. If the game will actually load. Haru, click, auto select. Don't waste money by bringing in guests. Unless you're going for a real run and you're going all the way, then I do recommend you try to go for better sparks. But if you are just trying to get a campaign complete, just click next, fill this up with somebody. This is the team I've been going with for the event to get extra points. I do not recommend this team unless you're doing it during the event and going for points. This is a good team for points. But other than that, you want to switch out. I would probably remove this character and put in another speed character. And then probably remove this character and put in a wit character. That's what I would probably do. But completely up to you and how you want to play the game. Start the career. I'm going to go ahead and do it because I don't mind. And then once you start the career, you want to skip. Double click the skip down there, shorten all events, confirm. Alright, once you're in here, my game's been running slow lately. Okay, so once you're in here, I'd like to point out, you want to go Recreation twice as soon as possible. You can look at stuff. There's 2, you could go with that. I think in the first 2 rounds, if there's not 3 or 4 in speed, then you just do a Recreation. You want to get to great as soon as possible. Nothing else really matters at the beginning. Now, 3, maybe 4, definitely probably go with a 4 or 5 person training, especially if it's speed. 3, okay, I'm gonna go speed. It's unlikely to be 3 again. See, take it out. Look, nothing. So, perfect time. Boom. So now she has a 20% increased stats, which is great. You want that. You definitely, earlier you get plus 20% to all stats gained, the better overall your character is going to end up being. Now, with Haru's main stat really is power. Okay, so anyone that's new to this game, power is Haru's main stat because Haru is a late racer, late style. So because of being a late style, power is super important for the burst at the end when they do what is called pushing. When they go for the push, they need power to burst forward. Okay, speed though is every horse's main stat. Okay, so you could technically ignore power and just rush speed, and when you train speed, you almost always get power. Not very much. So technically, you could just rush speed all the way. Now, I highly recommend you get power to 600 before the final race, and you want to get speed to 1100. Everything else doesn't really matter all that much. Stamina to 400, guts to 250, wit to 150. But they can be any numbers. doesn't really matter. They can be lower than what I just said. They can be higher than what I just said. It does not matter that much to beat the campaign for Haru. Now, if you're just rushing through, you don't need to beat the campaign with Haru, though. What you need to do is her goals. Okay, so here's her goals. The first one is get to 5,000. Second one's get to 9,000. Third one's get to 12,000. And then after that, it starts being races. Top 5, top 5, top 5. First place. It's the only time before the finals that they have to be first place. So there's 4 races in which Haru needs to be first place. But I will point this out. In every single race, except for the Arima Kine, every other race, Haru should probably be getting first place. Not guaranteed. If Haru's mood is low, if Haru RNG is just bad and he gets rushed, or a late start, or you have a bad run, or you're not getting the right speed stats, you might get second, you might get third, but you really shouldn't be lower than that on a dirt race. That is the key here. Do not race Haru on turf races. Okay, I've been watching it online, and a lot of people are racing Haru on turf races. Do not do that, or you will lose. If it's for a meme, it's for a meme. I gotcha. Totally understand. And I get that Haru has to race in one turf race. And that is this one down here. That you will lose. You're going to lose a 16 out of 16. Last place every single time. Now, my goal is to beat this. I don't even know if it is possible. Someday, I plan on having a 5-star Haru that has a 5 potential with amazing legacy horses, and that is my goal. Don't even know if it's possible. I don't care what the internet says. I am trying to do that. That is my goal in this game. I am a Platinum Trophy Achiever on the PlayStation. I'm playing this game on the PC. I'm not going for trophies here. There's one thing I want, is to win that race with Haru. That's it. That's it. And once I do, I plan on producing another song using the music creator program that I used for the previous song I made. If you haven't heard that song, please go listen to it. It is up. It's been up for like a week or something. I love that song. Great song. I did use an AI program to help me make it. I tweaked it, so it's not just what the AI wrote. It's a really awesome song about Haru Urara. So please check that out if you haven't. It is like a 3-minute and 10-second song. It would be a big help to the channel, and who knows, you might actually like it. I asked my family members to listen to it, and my mom likes it, but my siblings, one of them literally went, I looked at it and I saw there was an anime girl on the front of it, and I instantly said no, and I'm not watching it. Thank you. Thank you for that. So, it's pretty simple to go through a campaign with Haru super quickly, because you literally just look. Okay, no speed. Power's okay. I can go power. It's too early to race. You have to get through the debut race before you can race. So in this situation, I would either rest or race, because 2 is not that great, and there's nothing in wit. Now you can look at the other ones. This might be worth doing right here. But if the next turn has a great speed, I no longer can do it if I do something right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rest in this situation, regain my energy, come back in, and boom, much better. And we get a hint at an ability, Hydrate. It's an okay one. I am not sure how they hydrate in the middle of a race, though. Even better, 3 there. Now, There's a lot of ways you can do this, but this is the fastest way. You just boom, speed, power, wit, and you just look at them. Just look at them. That's it. Just click. Nope. Maybe. Nope. Click out. Can't race. Don't need to rest yet. So we're going power. That's it. Super fast. Pretty mindless, to be honest. Now, you can analyze it so much deeper than what I'm doing right now, but if you don't want to do that, if you're just trying to go for very quick runs, you don't want to spend 2 hours per career, you want to spend 20 minutes, 30 minutes on a single career, you can do this. Now, you could also purposely fail one of these checkpoints very easily. You can lose this race by switching to front runner or whatever. You cannot reach the fan results at any of these 3 checkpoints, and it will end the career, and that will count as the career being over for the 10. You need 10 in the next 4 days. You could do 5 of these a day without spending any money or any items. You can do 3 at once, wait a while, and then do 2 more later. So you can basically do 5 a day pretty easily, and you need 10 in 4 days. So, very doable if you crack down and actually, you know, do them quickly. Coming down, grabbing the 1,500,000cc. Mario Kart reference, I think. Or Go-Kart reference. Or both. And we're just gonna boom, view results. Boom, click. First place, click. You can watch it. You can enjoy the race, which we will do in a minute. But I'm just showing you how this could be so fast if you're not overanalyzing it and taking a million years to do something. Her stats are just kind of okay. But you can see how these 2 stats are just going up a tiny bit. This stat hasn't been touched at all, which is strange. By now, usually it's a little bit higher. These 2 stats are slowly going up. Now, at this point, you do need to do some races if you want to continue past the 25. 25 turns is a long time. You could probably get at least one of those stats to 600. Speed should be able to get to 600 in 25 turns. So you don't have to do a race. You can end this. And the reason why you want to get it to 600 is 600 is the first point in which you have a chance of getting a 3-star. Inspiration Spark. Okay. So that should really be your goal here, is to get one of those. Now, you have a double the chance, which is still low, at 1100. So you really want your speed to be at 1100, your power to be at 600, and then you have a chance of getting both those sparks. But you can see, turf. You don't want to do these. Turf. So you do need to pay attention. Now, I recommend you just skip over until the first dirt right here, schedule. Boom. Now you don't really have to think about it. It's early October. It's July. So that's a little ways away. Now you don't have to even think about it. It will remind you. At that point, you can choose whether you're going to do that 1,000 fan race. You need to do 2 or 3 or 4 of those races, depending on what's going on. So it is a good idea to get one out of the way if you don't want to fail. If you want to fail, don't do any races and just pile on the speed. The other night, while I was working, I actually did 3 of these careers in one night, in like a 5-hour period. And it wasn't just straight up me just focusing on it. It was doing a few, turning around working, doing a few, turning around working. My work computer's behind me. I think it was more like 4 hours. I did 3 of them. And did all my work at the same time. I did not slack. So it's very possible to get these done very quickly. if you just pound in and out. Now, she will be doing summer events coming up. I mean, it's not soon, but pay attention to where you are. If you see the green lady pop up in the middle of the screen, it's time to really kind of stop what you're doing and get ready, but you should probably already be somewhat ready by then. This is a great one right here. We're trying to level up speed too. We want our speed to get to level 5 as fast as possible. Now, during the summer, some people are probably going to argue about this one, but during the summer, it might be better to go for friendship or stats that could get to 600, but are currently not going there, because you can't level up your training during the summer. Your training does not get better. It goes to level 5, it stays at level 5, and that does not count towards ranking these up. So, like, we're not concerned about ranking stamina up or ranking guts up training-wise, like the level 1 right here. But we could use a little bit more of each one of them. Like in this situation right here, we need the director go up for an event later on in the year if you're going for that event. So this is a good one. You'll also get extra skill points towards learning abilities if you pick the one with the director on it. But this one right here will give us 12, plus probably 2 extra for having the reporter there. Plus, this is the speed character right here. This is Bakushin, the speed character. She's quite close to hitting rainbow level. Okay, orange is where they can start being rainbow, and they have a hint towards an ability. Going off of what I said before, you would probably just pick this one and move on with your life. You could also pick this one to keep your, energy up if you wanted, but I'm going with this one right now, just to be able to get their friendship level up a little bit. That ability wasn't something I'm actually going to get. It's usable. The sprinting abilities are usable on this character. Now we can do our first race, so I'm actually going to cancel. And I'm going to look. There's a good power one. So I could go do the good power one, but I'm actually still going to do the race. Even though I hit cancel, the whole point was to make it remind me there is a race coming.
実力は完全に上位ですね。貫禄すら感じてしまいます。相性抜群のマイルで素晴らしい。
Second place. Weren't that far off of each other. Been a long time since I got a second place on that one. Sometimes you have bad luck. Sometimes things just don't go the way you want to. And since we didn't watch the race, we don't know what actually happened. We're going with wit. We're going to get an ability hint. That's actually a good one. And we're going to get our energy back up. That's a decent one, but we're going to rest because we're hoping for a better one. If we don't rest, then if the next turn is a better one, we can't do it. We also need to see... We're doing that. And that's the reason why you want to get their friendship bar to orange. Right there. Because you got a rainbow training with the Bakushin, who is a speed character, which we really needed. Now, we also need to get Kitsun Black to orange. That is, like, the most important character to get a rainbow training with is Kitsun Black. She is just so broken. And this is a level 50 Kitsun Black, so that's even better. Now, I will point out, we only have 15 turns, though, to do our races. So, I have a race right now I could do. It's a dirt race. There is not one next turn. So, you don't get one for a while here. So, it is a good idea to pay attention to what you're doing. This is not enough to get me So I would have to get first place on this one and the one that's currently available right now. So I probably should have actually scheduled that last one, but we're doing this one because we got mainly because we got second place last time. Second place again. There's something going on all of a sudden. Resting up. That wasn't a good rest. Now at this point, you can choose for energy, and abilities, or skill points. Go for what you want, but that's what they do. This one right here. If you just read it, this is actually skill points, not skill points, abilities, stats. And this one right here, the sleep, that's energy. I'm actually going to go with the energy one. 20 energy. And now, boom, we can do our speed training. Get a hint towards an ability. When it loads, come on. Sometimes it just gets stuck. That wasn't happening until that last update they threw out. Now we're going to take a look at this. So we got one right there. That is probably not enough. There are two in a row, though. I'm going to schedule this one to remind us to do it. And they're going to hit up this rainbow 5-person train. That's going to be a good one. It is now level 5. Which usually I have it level... not level 5. Level 4. Usually by now it's already... like it's a little slow this time. So 24%. I am not taking that chance. We are resting. We're going to cancel the scheduled race. We're going to look. I'm going with it. Sorry, scheduled race. We're taking that chance. If this thing ends early, it ends early. I don't really care. I just want to get, you know. A rainbow speed training with the director on it. It's worth a lot of points there. We still got 8 turns, so we're okay. This should give us energy back most likely. Come on. I really hate when it freezes like that. Okay. She really needs to rest, but on top of that, we need to do... no race this time. There is one next time. We really kind of got to do it soon. We can't wait to find out. I don't think the next race is enough to get 2,200 fans. There are factors that could do it, but it is unlikely. Cool. Inspiration. If we get lucky, we might get an S rank. We did not. To be honest, the stats are actually kind of low compared to usual. We're going to go and race. There was no rainbow. There was an ability, but we don't have the time to wait any longer. After this race, there'll still be 6 turns left, and we might have to do another race. First place. 7 links behind me. She's a front runner. That's weird. We're getting pretty close to the summer events. I do actually recommend at this point grabbing a few extra races. We've already hit the achievement, but if you don't have a good speed run or a good power run, you just grab yourself an extra race whenever there's one available. Once you hit over 12,000, you stop. That put me over 9,000, which is the next checkpoint. So we're a whole checkpoint ahead now. That's if you don't want to lose. Like, I could have not made this 5,000 and just focused on getting stats instead. And then it could be over. That's the end of the campaign. You get credit for one of the 10 you need. And your daily one you need. Now, you'll end up with a better Uma overall, though, if you actually take your time and pay attention to what you're doing. Look at each individual training and really think about what you're doing. But it will make it so you're not going to get, as much accomplished today. Each the day you're doing it. Whenever you're doing it, you're just not going to get as much accomplished. Now, there is a dirt race, like one of these special races that Haruara does not do. That if you're paying attention, I don't remember when it is, but if you're paying attention, you can actually do it. And this is one you could technically do. She does not have medium as one of her good stats, which you could technically get inspiration to get it a little bit better and then make this easier. I think El Condor Pasa is the one that's supposed to be doing that race, not Haru. But there's some good races here for fans. And whenever it's time to do this one, you can just look to see if she has a decent chance of winning. Most likely not. So probably doing the other races will end up with more fans. But if you get second place on that one, somehow, you will end up with more fans than you would by getting first place on the other race. Now, you'll end up with more stats for getting first place on a race only worth 2,300 fans. Level 5 speed. That was a good training session right there. Any training session that gets you 50 points overall is usually a pretty good one. Ooh, the race ends up being during the summer, so this is not a good time to race. We're canceling the race. We're looking. Kind of like that. That would also be fine. That's okay. I like the fact that it does give you a little of the other two. This one, if it had one more person, I think would have been much better. But you also have to notice that the failure rate is kind of high. So there are options here. Very much lose that race. In case you don't know, an X, really, let's not even pay attention to wit over here, but an X is bad. A triangle is not great. And a triangle in speed means you're going to lose. Like, if you don't have a circle or a double circle in speed, there's a very good chance you're losing. It is the main stat for every horse. They don't have the speed to keep up with the other horses. They will fall behind. They will not catch back up. Stamina is important. Power's very important for a late racer. Not as important for a front. The further back they are style-wise, the more power they need. Guts is like when they push. Stamina is the whole race. It's like their gasoline. Their guts is like their NOS. If you're using a turbo at the end of a race, a car race, that's guts. Okay. That tells you a lot there. Now, if we wanted to do one of these two races down here, we could take a look at looking at predictions. Very high chance of winning that. Probably a higher chance of winning this one. It's got less fans, so it's probably easier. But we are actually going to rest. It is the summertime. And I shouldn't have needed to rest in the summertime. I should have been paying attention and rested before. See, none of these are actually all that great right now. I would say this might be the best one to go with, but you will lower your energy. Or this one. So this one, you get a hint, and this is the third best character out of all the characters I brought with me as support characters. And it is not to orange yet. But we're going to go with this one just to get the energy recharged. And Bakushin Rainbow. Like I said before, though, if you got like a 4-person training on one of these stamina or guts, that would probably be a really good one to do during the summer. Because you notice there's no level underneath them. They're all level 5, but they don't get better. The trainings don't get better for the future. So currently, though, they'll give you the maximum stats they would give if you had trained them up. So if you stamina and guts, you don't normally focus on them, but right now you can top them off a little bit if they're lacking. So getting these two a little bit closer to orange would be a great move here. But if you're trying to end the match, then you would want to go with this one, because it would make you at 600, giving you a chance at a 3-star inspiration at the end of this. Now, soon, very soon, is when Haru randomly likes to get fatigued due to resting. So if you rest during this time period, after the first summer, after I guess it's the second year of the academy summer, right after that is when she likes to get sleep deprived and poor training. Those two, and migraines, those 3 effects like to happen a lot. I've done so many trainings with Haru. So be careful. I mean, you can't really completely avoid resting ever. But it is liable to happen. She likes to randomly get hurt because she rested. Taking that chance. And there we go. Now, I believe this is the point in which, if you had enough of followers, which we obviously don't, if you had like 60,000 right here, I think your ultimate goes up by a level. It's either this turn or next turn, I think. I think it's this turn. But, of course, I don't have it, so it's not going to happen. We only have 3 turns to get 2,500 fans. So if, at this point, the training's usually pretty good. we also need a rest, but if we don't race, then we will end the campaign. So this is the point in which you kind of just got to decide, am I going for the end race? Do I want it to go to the URA finale, or am I going to cancel the campaign here? If you want to cancel the campaign here, don't race. Pretty simple. Very simple. So if I'm going for the end of the entire thing, I'm just going to quickly race, find out if I get enough fans. If I do, then we continue on. Which I did. I have 4,200. I needed 2,300. I just got an extra 500 there from the news reporter. Problem, I need to rest very badly. Now, this will affect a few things. So I'm going with carrot cake strategy. We got hot topic, and we also got speed 20. That's pretty good. We got our speed to go up by 20, and now we're a hot topic, which means that if we race and the newspaper reporter's there, we increase the chances of getting benefits from that. I don't know full details on exactly what's the percentage of that happening, or I believe it's just like 1 extra stat point or something per stat and like 500 fans. You have a chance of. This is an important one to really pay attention to. This bottom one is skill points. I don't do that one. This one right here is, I believe it's 5 points per stat, which is, if you're at full energy, you pick this one. Okay. If you're not at full energy, you have to make your choice. I'm going with energy. So I got 30 energy from picking that top choice. I come out, and there's actually a 3-person rainbow training for speed right now. Which should push us over the top and allow us to win the next race. Because these races that are coming up are on the harder side compared to the previous ones. These are all bigger races. It's also very important, which I haven't done in a long time, to put some, skill points into your skills. So, I like to pick late for Haru. A ranking late should never race in any other style. I like to pick up late skills and then recovery skills and stuff. So, certain victory is a good one. This is a good one. Anything that's on the corners happen more often than straights on the actual racetrack. So if you ever look at how the racetrack is and where they start and where they end the race, and depends on the length of the race too, but corners are just happen more often. I don't like picking lengths of races because you have to do different lengths of races. Now Haru is sprint mile. Really, sprint is Haru's main distance. So picking up sprint should be fine with Haru. But because of the characters I use, all my Harus basically are an A or S rank mile, even though they normally have a B rank mile if you don't use the correct inspirations. So mine is a sprint or a mile. But for the campaign, it is going to be mostly sprint, and then there's also the long race that you are meant to lose. These fatigue ones are great right here. But what I really want, I don't even have a single one for, and those are the green skills. I personally find them to be amazing. Those are my favorite skills to get. Lone Wolf, Firm, Condition, winter condition if you want to win the final races, because those are always in winter. The weather ones are good too, depending on the weather, the sunlight. I don't like the racetrack ones because there's too many racetracks. But I'm going to go with this one. That took up a lot of points, but it is a very good one. Now, if you're close to being the next tier, like B class Uma, B plus class, A plus, S plus, S double S, double S plus. If you're ever close to getting to the next tier, Iron Will is worth a lot of points towards ranking up to the next tier. I don't care for Iron Will as a skill. On Haru, it's not bad. On other Uma, it is pretty horrible. It's really a late or an end. If you're pace or front, you really do not want to have these. These are not great for somebody that should be up front. Okay, but the chances of these things actually going off, and I just don't find them to be very good skills in my opinion. But they're worth a lot of points, skill points, towards ranking up. Now, another thing to look at is also looking at the levels, level discounts on them. That is also very, very good to look at. Level, like, this is kind of lame here, to be honest, right? Pace Chaser can't even do that job. So, just things to keep in mind. Going off of that, though, I really like Certain Victory. I'm going to go with Certain Victory. Pick that up. Now, my Haru was never injured on this entire run so far, and I probably shouldn't say that because we're not done. But that is very odd. She normally gets injured, but I did have wasted multiple turns. Made some decisions I would not normally make because I am overanalyzing everything out loud, and not slowing down. I'm just going basically as fast as I can while analyzing and talking at the same time. Still don't have enough skill points to do anything else. So we're going to go ahead and race the February Stakes. Now, anyone who might be watching right now, if you're interested in seeing a race, let me know. We got the JBC race coming up soon. I think Elm, then JBC, then yeah, Elm, then JBC, then the Akima Kianen, and then we got the 3 finals. Definitely gonna watch the finals. Heck yeah, let's go. We're close to getting that power to 600. Her mood went down. Personally, though, we're close enough to the end that if you don't have like a bad set of trainings, you want to go with, if you have a great set of training like I just had, you want to go with that over doing a mood increase. I kind of wish the mood was increased for this, though. I really don't know if inspirations are affected by moods. After doing this enough, it feels like it is, but that's not feeling like it is not proof that it is. This is a good one, but that 27% scares me. Like, 27%, if it was in real life, I'd probably gamble on that. But this game likes to punish me when I gamble on 27%. I've lost 5, 6, 8%, 12%, 16%. I've seen... Might be a good time to try... Yep, got a little bit of energy. Ooh, claw game. Claw game's great if you can... I think it's 5 or 6. If you can get 5 or 6 prizes from the claw game, then you get a little bit of boost. And apparently 11 is pretty amazing, but not even sure how that even you get 11. Just heard that 11 is really, really good. No! Scarlet, your grip. We got 2 in one go. That's pretty good. Looks like a perfect grab. Come on, Ogiri. Yeah! Woo. Law game for the win. Ooh, did I go too far? Actually, that's pretty perfect. Really close. She doesn't have any extras. And she got dropped. That is lame. That was lame. That was like a perfect grab. Very close to perfect. That Glory Cup was a rarer one. Big win, yay. So her mood increased already. Her energy increased already. Then her mood increased again. And then her energy increased again. Hey, what's up? Okay. Stamina training, since that speed had nobody at the training. Alright, we gotta rest. I could train Wit. It's just certain situations, Wit only gives you 5 points of energy. So if I did Wit with 27% failure rate, the next turn it would be around a 21% failure rate. So it still require me to do Wit again, rather than just doing energy once and then jumping straight into a more powerful. On top of that, I didn't bring any support characters for Wit. So Wit's not worth as much value. Due to the fact that I'm using a bunch of event point support characters, the stats aren't that great. I'm getting good stats from 3 of my supports out of the 6 supports that I brought with me. If I had been using 3 speed and 2 wit, like you really should be using, or in this case with Haru, you would want to go 3 or 4 speed, and then you would want to go with 1 power, 1 wit. But I'm definitely not doing that. I got 1 stamina, 1 gut, 1 power, 3 speed. That's what I'm going. I get what you're saying. In certain situations, wit would be a very good thing to train. Like right now, I could very easily train wit, especially since it actually has 2 people on there. Has an 8% failure rate, which shouldn't fail, but could. But I come out of there after training that wit, and it's still 5% chance of failure, which, my luck, that will fail. So I'm actually going to rest here. Because 5 points of energy versus I'm hoping to get 70 points of energy and fill it all the way up. But it's only 50. Now we're going to do speed again. Really hoping to break 1100 speed is my goal here. What do you think? 57% failure rate, but it's a double rainbow, 5-person training, 40 speed, 22. Don't. It's so like, because if I did pass that, I'd be very close to that, my goal of that 1100 speed. Oh, that is. And she actually got a decent improvement on her energy that time. Time to do the JCB sprint.
注目の一番人気4番ハルウララ。
人気と実力を兼ね備えた私。
ここ大井レース場に砂の疾風が巻き起こる。ダートレースのスピード決戦 JBC スプリント。3番人気はこの子です。エルコンドルパス。さあゲートが開いた。各馬娘揃って綺麗なスタートを切りました。
誰が先頭に抜け出すか注目しましょう。
先行争いはマルゼンスキー、待機シャトル。5番注目のハルウララ、少し後方に位置取りましたね。
この位置なら周囲の様子を伺います。冷静にレースを進めてますね。
先頭行ったのはマルゼンスキー。続いて1番激しい先頭争い。それを見るように8番ハルウララ、レースが速い。
冷静さを取り戻せるといいのですが、
各馬娘一団となって団子状態の大混戦。
お互いに牽制し合っているようですね。
マルゼンスキーまだリードをキープしています。まもなく第4コーナーカーブ。
勝負どころ、最後の直線へとかけていきます。
さあいよいよ直線だ。どのタイミングで誰が仕掛けるのか。地方レース場トップクラスの長さを誇る大井の直線に差し掛かります。さあ最終コーナーを曲がって最後の直線。
It's like they all just decided to move out of the way at the same time.
残り200円。ハルウララ並んできた。ハルウララ完全に抜け出した。ハルウララ足色は衰えない。後ろを突き放してハルウララ。
Okay. Pretty confident in her winning at least the semifinals. Let's see how badly she does. That's a 35% discount on standard distance. Okay.
16番人気、14番春うらら。
F rank,
結果を残すのは難しい
a
か
G
もしれ
rank,
ませ
and
ん
an A
が
rank.
経験を糧にしてほしいですね。芝で本領を発揮で
年末の中スタートです。各馬娘揃って綺麗なスタートを切りました。
誰が先頭に抜
This
け
is
出
a
すか
longer
注
one,
目しま
so
しょ
we're
う。
just
先
gonna
行
skip
争いは
towards
戦
the
期
end.
待通りの結果を出せるか。1番人気グラスワン
Hard
第
is
4
all
コ
the way
ーナーを
back
進んで直線へ向かう。最後のコーナー最初に駆け抜けてきたのはダイヤスカーレット。まだ先頭は動かない。果たして抜
I'm
け出すのは
telling you,
誰
what I
か。
gotta do is get 2, 3-star inspiration sparks for the long distance and turf. If I do that and you get lucky and you get an S rank going in, or you get not an S rank, but you get a upgrade for the turf and the long, at each of the 3 checkpoints you can get an increase on, then she'll go from being a G rank and an F rank to being a C rank and a B rank. So I think at that point, with high enough stats, you have a chance of maybe winning. I'm not sure what distance is, but the 15th place was 7 lengths behind, and we were further than that. From the 15th place. That, I don't know if that's even possible to win with like perfect conditions with this character. It is not a sunny day, so we are not picking up that ability.
注目の1番人気9番春うらら。
いい感じに気合が乗ってい
Alright,
ま
we
す
should
ね。
definitely win this first one.
ぴったりの週
I am a
末
little bit worried about the second and third races.
上空にはスタートです。各馬娘揃って綺麗なスタートを切りました。
みんな集中してましたね。好レースが期待できそうです。
先行争いは11番、1番、6番、芝からダートに入ります。期待通りの結果を出せるか。1番人気春うらら、11番会長に飛ばして行きます。さあ花に立ったのは11番。このままリードすることができるか。続きました1番、11番と1番、序盤からやり合っています。
ハイペースで流れる展開もありえますね。
先頭は11番単身で飛ばして行きます。2番手の位置で先頭を伺うのは1番差がなくアグネスタキオ、内で10番5番手に桜爆心号、そしてその内を回って6番春うらら、並んでくる少し後ろから西のフラワー、さらに3番、それを見るように待ちかね福来たる。まもなく第4コーナーカーブ。
内から来るか外から来るか、最後の局面です。
アグネスタキオン、ここで抜け出した。さあいよいよ直線だ。どのタイミングで誰が仕掛けるのか。栄光まで400、まだ1馬身以上の差があるぞ。ここから捉えることができるのか。春うらら、勢いよく上がってくるぞ。春うらら、ここで抜け出した。残り200、追いすがるアグネスタキオン、これはすごい。
Bakishin is trying to push.
強いとしか言えない走り。次のレースが今から。
So we should have 2 more upgrades coming, but the energy's a little low, so I don't think I can pull 2 upgrades unless I go wit here. Wit here should put me at 22%, I think, failure rate next time around. And we gotta hope that we win the next race, and then that the one after it has a decent speed one or a decent power one. It is sunny, so we are going to purchase the sunny day. Just straight up improves the overall stats values of all stats, as long as it is a sunny day when the race starts. Now the mood condition is only good, so that lowers my overall stats by 2% compared to what they would be if it was great. But 2% is not that big of a deal unless late start.
綺麗なスタートを切りました。
誰が先頭に抜け出すか注目しましょう。
先行争いはマルゼンスキー、ミホノブルボン、5番芝からダートに入ります。さあ激しい先行争いで前に出たのはミホノブルボン、5番並んでくる激しい先頭争い、マルゼンスキー内から行く2馬身3馬身開いて待機シャトル10番追走、そしてその内から行ったのはビワハヤヒデ12番並んできた、それを見るように16番内から15番1馬身離れて14番1馬身差ハルウララ内からヘリオンオペラを少し後ろからオグリーキャップ2番並びかけてきた後方2番手にタマモクロス3番現在シンガリダミホノブルボン先頭を進みますがこれは正解でしょうか。
There we go.
ミホノブルボン彼女の客室には合っていますね。
まもなく第4コーナーカーブ、
ここからスパート、一気にレースが動きます。
互いに足を溜めている展開。果たして抜け出す
Still not good enough.
400を切りました。最終コーナーを曲がって最初に駆け抜けてきたのはミホノブル
Needs
ボ
to
ン。
pop some more skills.
ハルウララ見事なごぼう抜きを見せる。200を通過。
That's better, but you're still far behind. You're still come on, come on, come on, come on.
ミホノブルボンここまでか。
Yes.
差し切ってゴール。
Yes. Ha.
URA ファイナルズ準決勝
That
を
was
制しました。
a last second
頂点ま
victory.
であと一つ。決勝へと駒を進めた。
It's very close to not being. And if you don't get first place on that one, you have to retry it if you have alarm clocks, which I prefer not to use. Or end your career there. You don't get to go to the final race. That final race is worth a lot of stat points. Yeah, insane. I didn't think I was going to win that one. Ooh. 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 Okay, so a 4-person getting at least one of 2 abilities from those 2 characters. This is a front runner. This is a pace runner, I believe. Their abilities are unlikely to be worth anything for my character. This has a chance of pushing me above 1100, which increases the chances of me getting a 3-star speed spark by 5%. So I'm going to do this. Had I not messed up previously in the run, I wouldn't have had to choose between the 2. And I would have taken the guaranteed wit. That wit couldn't have failed. But it made it. I got it. I am happy. This is a sunny race. It is not a sunny race. Is this Kyoto or Chuzu? So it's not in Tokyo. I really don't like picking these racetrack ones. There's like 16 racetracks, so the likelihood of this being beneficial on more than just one race is low. Of course, when you're on final race, you're just gonna pick what you need to pick. We're gonna pick the one that fatigues the front runners, making it a lot easier to catch up with them.
たくさんトレーニング
5番人気9番春うらら
いい感じに
Alright, with an SS speed rank, there's a very good chance we do well here, but that last run, 5th favorite, that last run didn't really make me feel great about everything. Speed stat's high, but the power stat is a little bit lower than I like.
このレース最も人気を集めているのはジンボリルドルフ1番スタート各馬娘揃って綺麗なスタートを切りました。
これは位置取りが熾烈になりそうですね。
先行争いは3番14番メジロマックイーン芝からダートに入ります。期待通りの結果を出せるか。1番人気ジンボリルドルフさあ花に立ったのはアイネス・フージンこのままリードすることができるか。先頭から大きく離されて2番手は14番さらにその外からは
She likes to push kind of early.
その後ろ3番さらにはマヤのトップガンその外並んで成田ブライアンその後ろから6番16番並びかけてきたその内並んで
Normally
15
falls
番
behind though pretty fast
それを
once
見るように
they
1
get
番
towards
ジ
the
ン
end.
ボリルドルフここにいますスペシャルウィーク並んできた後方2番手に8番第4コーナーカーブ
勝負どころ最後の
Nice.
互いに足を止めている展開これは直線勝負になるか
So I've noticed that the Super Duper Climax versus Super Duper Stoked,
最終コーナー先陣を切ったのはアイネス・フージンハッピーメイクかわして先頭に立った
Super Duper Stoked Level 2 gave you more energy back, but didn't last as long overall. So I think Climax is actually better, barely. But that's level 1 Climax. When that Super Duper Climax levels up to 2, it's probably way, way better.
今ここに優秀
Yeah, like I was saying before about my support cards, I normally would not run a Guts card, and probably not even a Stamina card. I'd have a Wit and another Speed here, instead of what I got, but I need the event points because I've not finished the event yet. I made it past 300,000, which is really the peak of the event prizes, but I would like to get the rest of the prizes too if it's possible. Let's see if we finally get an A rank Haru or probably not. I don't think we will, but I think it's gonna be B+. I do like Go with the Flow is a decent ability. Ramp Up is a decent ability. Pace Strategy is a good one for Haru. Okay ability, worth a lot of points if you can get it Iron Will, but we don't have the energy or the skill points to do that. Always a good ability, but we already bought it. I could get this ability. Max that one out. We can do that. Oh, we skipping Wit. using rest instead of wit sometimes is just a better strategy to have enough to be able to do speed the next turn. And if you're talking about my support cards, I didn't bring a wit support card with me because the wit support card I have does not give me event points. And trying to get points for the event while the event is going on to get items to improve my overall account. Now, if you bring a wit card with you, wit's worth a whole lot more. And it's situational. Sometimes it's really good to go wit, sometimes it's just kind of okay. Because 50, 60, or 70 energy is worth a lot more than 5 energy and 10 or 12 wit and 7 skill points. The skill points add up over time, so if you do a whole bunch of wits, that's great, but then it will lower the amount of speed you have in the end. It just depends on the support cards you bring with you. Which, these are the ones I brought. And 2 of them are not great, to be honest. I got a level 50, which is high level, probably shouldn't have done it. Quick card. But it is giving me 35% extra event points. And I brought a level 30 stamina, which is giving me 30 extra % event points. Literally bringing cards with me, support cards that I really shouldn't be. Not if I'm trying to get the best possible racehorse for the future. B+. Kind of figured. Look at that. Finally got a 3-star mile. It was not the speed that I was hoping for. 3-star mile. With the legacy of 3-star turf. And 3-star standard distance. Yeah, still need some. I love that 3-star mile going on here. Along with that 3-star turf in the background, but having trouble getting a 3-star power and a 3-star speed. So 20,000 points towards the event. And this is what I'm going for here, is I want the rewards from the event. I've gotten a lot of rewards, and I'm really happy with what I got. The 300,000 is that guts card that I was just showing you over there. So you have to get to 300,000 before this event ends, or you won't be able to max out that card ever. I'm pretty sure that they're not rerunning that card. I think if you want to max out that card, you have to do it now. Now, you don't have to level it up right now, but you have to get the 5 copies. So we still have a single scout pool. I like it, I want it, but it's not like worth a lot. The 8,000 money, the 5,000 SP, the 2 sashes, these don't matter that much. These 2 are great. I really want the carrots. You know, anytime they give you a large amount of money or SP is great. Dream Glimmer, you don't get very many of those. Statues are always good. Carrots are always good. The sashes are whatever. This sash for this race is not worth as much. Haru doesn't win that race, so you're not going to get the sash from a Haru character, but any other character should be winning or doing quite well in that race, has a chance of getting the sash. That was a full run, which you don't have to do a full run. Now, if you have better luck, like you're not failing the 15, 16% like I do sometimes, then you might not worry about resting as much as I do. But I failed him. Okay, well, that's it. We did what we came here for. We got ourselves the McQueen card, McQueen Uma horse to race with. I'm quite close on the Silence Suzuka to get a 4-star. Just need 16% more, 16 more star pieces, which have I already exchanged?
いらっしゃいませ。どうぞごゆっくりご覧ください。
It'd be nice if it brought you straight to the character you're looking at. That password. Might as well go the full 25. Alright, there we go. Now we have a level 4. The view from the lead will be mine, level 2. I've never even used her in a race, and she is now 4 stars. Left-handed and right-handed are actually really good if you think about it, because it increases the stats by quite a bit, and all racetracks have to be left or right-handed, right? So, like 50-50 on that. If you can get both, then you're always going to have your stats improved. Definitely made a whole lot of progress today. Got 2 4-star characters now, so that's quite good. Oh yeah. I said I would do this. I said I would do this after we pulled for the final time on this banner. We're gonna pick I'm going to go with a Glory Cup. I was hoping to get a Glory Cup from pulling today, but I did not. And I knew if I had like exchanged this, I'd probably get a Glory Cup, and then I'd be like, oh, well. I mean, it was still been star pieces, and I could be happy about that, but you never know who you're going to end up getting when you pull in. Yeah, that motto isn't right. Agora Cup's motto should be, I run faster than everyone because then I get more food or something.
学園に来たばかりの頃は
The horse that was malnourished as a youngling, and then ate tons and tons of food to make up for it later. Yeah, she's got a B rank in dirt. So if you bring in somebody that has a dirt inspiration, she can be quite good on dirt tracks. Pace or late, mile or medium, and that long is not bad over there. Quite a good horse right there. So I understand why people are using this quite a bit. Also, this will allow me to have a third horse that would be good towards my PvP team for the dirt races. Because right now I'm running with an F-rank dirt horse as my third one, which I could pull her off of the race and lower my overall rank, and I'd probably be playing easier opponents at that point. But I would like to finish some of these characters' storylines and get them to max whatever it's called, bond or whatever. Get their stories completed. Once that happens, then I'll remove that horse. She's got one more story left, and her bond needs to get to 6. And I think their bonds max out at 8, which I really don't understand. If their story ends at bond 6, then why are we going to bond 8? What happens at bond 7 and bond 8? I really don't. I don't know. Oh, veteran. Best. Where's she at? You can't be my best one. Name? I went with a power build overall. I brought in a 3-star speed and another 3-star speed character, along with a standard distance 3-star. That the double 3-star speeds definitely helped. I did this early on. She was one of my first ones. I didn't even get her ultimate to level up, so I didn't win enough races before the end of the to level it up. That definitely improves things. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go look at a video. But if you get to a certain amount of fans before a certain point in their campaign, and if the director's at least green bond, then there's a chance. I think the director only affects 1 level up, but this can go to level 4 or level 5 if it's already at level 2. So this is level 1, but if she was 4 stars, it would be level 2 starting off. And I think the difference is ending the campaign at 4 versus 5, and it's a big difference in power. That's if they pull their ultimate off, but I definitely I was going all around her with speed as power as the main when I built her. But really, I feel like with her, you kind of need 450 stamina. Like, if you really want to win the campaign, have a pretty good chance at least 450 stamina, and around 700 speed. Power is very, very important too, but as long as you have that 700 speed and that 450 stamina, I feel like she does quite well. Now, she's a front runner, so you really don't need the power unless you're moving her around to different positions. But I went with this when I beat her. Now, this is one where I'm pretty sure she failed. Yeah, she didn't. Yeah, she failed. She didn't make it. Yeah. So she got up first place. I had power. I actually didn't know what the heck I was doing, I think, when I made this one. So if that power points were scattered throughout the entire build everywhere else, this would be a much better Uma, to be honest. Yeah, I really didn't know what I was doing. A big key, though, is I was pulling in a borrowed. I was borrowing this one. I borrowed this guest from this person. That 3-star speed is great. Absolutely wonderful for making horses faster. Yeah. Hopefully that helps. I failed so many times on this character. I've done so many Haru runs. I'm pretty sure I've deleted some of my Haru runs too. If you want to build somebody to become legacy for you, and you don't have great Uma, Haru and Bakushin, Sakura Bakushin, are amazing horses to build as legacy horses. To just build them up to get you a good horse to use as inspiration for legacy. They're both 1-star, very easy to get, and if you pull enough, they're very easy to get to 3-star. Or even just 2-star. But whether they're 1-star or 2-star doesn't really affect the fact that they're just great horses overall. Bakushin is a front runner. Does sprint and mile. So a very good horse overall. With her, you want speed, stamina. So she would be a good one to use for Mahino Bourbon, the cyborg. Because she is also a front runner. So any abilities that you should be going after with Bakushin should be similar abilities that you want to use for Mahino Bourbon. Yeah. I definitely recommend, though, switching up, using everybody, trying to get just about everybody to B+. But if you're struggling to get your first character to B+ or something, or you don't have enough legacies, Bakushin, just do like 4 or 5 runs with Bakushin. The first one might be bad because you're learning the quirks of the character. But very easy one. You put her in front, you get high speed, you should win. Like, you really should win if she's in the front position with high speed. Yeah. Anything else you want to see? Any other characters or anything? Nice.
どんなレースでも
Pull my PvP team back up. Bakushin front sprinter does quite well. Gold Ship does very well under the mile one. Now I don't
この
know.
ゴールドシップ様を呼ん
Yeah,
だ
Gold
か
Ship had a spark that got the mile to S, which is amazing. Rudolph.
シンボリ・ルドルフだ
I need to redo Rudolph's campaign, but Rudolph does okay. Rudolph the goat. I really need to focus on the long. I've never won. Taking a minute to load. So if you go over here to your trophies and go to the EX, the 4th trophy tab, EX, you could see all the trophies you've earned. And the first 5 trophies on your list are your URA finale, the final race for the campaign. You win it, you get a trophy. So I've never won the long, which I've really not focused too much on it. I've done a whole lot more of the other ones. Sprint and dirt have been most of my runs, and then the next highest is medium, where miles barely been touched. But if you click on them, you can see the number of times you finished the URA of that type and who has done it. So Bakushin has won the sprint twice for me. The mile's been won 3 times. 1 time with Bourbon, and 2 times with El Condor Pasa. And then I've won it 5 times with Haru on dirt. I've never won it under long. And then the rest of these are the legendary races, which I only raced El Condor Pasa 3 times. It was the day I started playing the game. So I joined late. But these trophies allow you to see how many times you've won it and who you've won it with. If you ever get curious on what you've done. Like you can't remember or whatever. You also look up, which ones you have and which ones you don't have if you care about the trophies. Which I don't think these matter that much. I care more about the EX page than the other 3. The other 3, whatever. The EX page, this page kind of matters a little bit to me. But what matters more, if you go to inventory, I believe might be the best way to look at it. Upgrade items. These sashes. So, shoes are won by just doing that type of race. Sprint, mile, medium, long, dirt. Just winning any race. You have a chance of getting said shoes. These are required to upgrade characters. But the sashes are also required to upgrade characters. And they are won only from the particular race that is in the name of the sash. You have to get first, and then there's a chance you don't even get the sash. I'm pretty sure you don't 100% time to get it, but I think you only get it if you win. And I don't know, I could be wrong about that. You might always get it when you hit first. I feel like there's been a few times where I didn't. But these are very, like this one. The JB Ladies Classic Winter Sash. I need that one to rank up one of the ones I'm focusing on right now. But you need like 5, then I think it's 50 of each. So there's going to be 3 for each character. So you got to look at each character. Like one of them is going to have the Victoria Mile. One of them's going to have the Japanese Oaks. So each horse is going to have 3 sashes that they need. They need 45 of one of them and 50 of 2. So you have to go after that race like hard if that's what if that's what the character you want to upgrade needs. And that is for the potential level, which gets you skills, which makes them overall better just characters. I got Haru. Probably not the best one to go after, but I have goals. So if I click on it, this is what I need to get Haru to potential level 4. I need 60 shoes. I need 15 of the February sash. 15, which I need 13 more, of the JBC Ladies Classic. So this one is not in, it's not a main objective in her campaign. So that's why I keep on forgetting to look for it. I really need to write down when it happens. Can't remember. But this is the one I need to be going after, and I just keep on forgetting. I still need... I was wrong about those numbers. Just for the last 2 levels, you need like 45. Can't go backwards. But so I need another 12 more shoes. I need a ton of money. That's going to be like probably the actual hardest thing to do. And then 45 of each of those 3 sashes I just named, which is pretty insane. These 2 sashes, I just keep on playing Haru, and I'll get them someday. But this sash, I got to go out of my way to go and look for. Yeah, it doesn't. I was hoping it would tell me where it's at. Okay. Well, so going back to the PvP list, if you notice there's a gold circle around my Haru, that's because her potential level is 3. When you hit potential level 3, the circle goes gold. So that if you ever see anybody with a gold circle around them, that's because they've gotten that character to potential level 3, meaning they have extra skills. They have at least 1, maybe 2 extra skills on their character. So if you ever see that, then you'll know, that they put some more effort into that character. Just keep in mind, every one of my PvP characters are B rank or B plus rank, but A is hard to get, in my opinion. I've been very close 3 times to getting A, like very close. One time it was like 5% off of being A, so quite close. But getting better cards, if I spent money right now and got my own personal Kisakin, that's not right. What's the card called? This one. Kitasan Black. If I got my own one of these to 50, then I wouldn't need to borrow one. And in that case, I could borrow something else level 50. This one would be a good one. The Setting Sun. I have a level 30 one of those, but I can never get it to 50 because it's an event card. Unless they change something in the game and add the ability to get more copies. I need 4 more copies of this card that I missed because I didn't start the game. I started the game late. It was that original first 2 weeks, you could get 5 copies of that card. And it really wasn't that hard to get 5 copies of the card if you really just focused. But I showed up with like 3 days left of the event. So enough time for me to get 1 copy. Then realize what I missed out on. This is a good card. Right here. The Wit card. Bakushin's card's good. Now, there is a problem. If you go to use Bakushin as your main horse, you can't use a trainee as a support card. So if Bakushin I'm going to use Bakushin as my main horse. Then I can't use Bakushin as my support card. I'd have to change that to Special Week. And Bakushin is, in my opinion, Bakushin is probably the second best currently, maybe the third best currently, speed card. Bakushin, Special Week, Kitsa-san Black are the 3 top ones. And then you do want Fine Motion, I think it is, the wit card. And then from there, you kind of got to fill in another speed card with something else. Let's move over here, hit auto. See what the game puts in there. Yeah, the game is putting in a very heavy power build going on, which is funny because, you know, when I first started the game, I thought the game would recommend good cards. Hate to say it, but power is not a good build. They're actually going rarity. If you look at these cards, they're going based off of rarity, then level. So that's what they're doing. Rarity, level, rarity, level, rarity, level. So auto-filling with a rarity level is not the best way to do it. You want to focus on whatever is the highest of a certain type. You want speed. So if you want speed, then you get speed cards. Even if it's an SR instead of an SSR, it's going to be better than using the wrong type of card. Like this card right here will be better than using a power card of a different type because it's the right type. It's actually going to give you the stats you need. Now on top of that, you can even get into the more fine nitty-gritty, and later when we get more support cards, this will become very important. These cards can also give you skills when they give you the hints for their skills. They give you a random skill on their list. Well, if they are a pace chaser and you're a front runner, they're less valuable. If you're a front runner and they're a front runner, they are more valuable. Because then you have a chance of getting the skill that is good for a front runner. So what you really want here is what I said before, the 4 speed, the 1 wit, the 1 stamina, or whatever, you know, depending on what you are. If you're a front runner, that's correct. If you're not, then you switch out the stamina for power. If you're anything that's not a front runner, that's my opinion. Even 2 power is okay if you're not a front runner. If you're a front runner, I say 0 power. You get power from doing speed anyways. You don't need the extra power that you get from bringing a power support card in if you're a front runner. And that's why my Bourbon is actually built wrong. My Bourbon has an S rank power. It is a front runner card. Front runner Uma. That is not the way you should build it. Hopefully that explains some stuff. I know I just rambled. Okay. Well, it is time for me to find some food, recaffeinate, and then I am going to switch over to Torem online and put a little time in the Torem tonight before passing out and having to work again. It's been fun, guys. I'm gonna probably hit up a campaign run without the stream going and just quickly go through it. And don't forget to do the special tasks over here. So if you go into the tasks, the special mission button on the main screen, and you go to special, then we have the Spring G1 Celebration Missions Part 1, 4 days left. If you haven't done those, I highly recommend you go in there, you take a look at them. If you feel like you can get some of these done, get them done. Definitely winning the Sasuko show. It's 10,000 SP. Grab that. Okay. These alarm clocks are always good. You should be able to do these missions pretty easily. Now these will be a little bit harder. Completing 5 playthroughs and 10 playthroughs in 4 days. If you haven't already started it, if you've already started it, you should be fine. But you should be able to get it done still. You have enough time. You really only need 2 days to do this if you're really cracking down on it. But if you finish all of it, you get some carrots. But I highly recommend you go out after that 10,000 SP and these 10,000 monies. All of it's great though. Alarm clocks are always useful. Carrots are always useful. So hit this up. If you're going to play the game in the next 4 days, try to aim for that. That should be your goal. At least that should be your secondary goal. Your primary goal right now, if you haven't already done it, is getting to 300 event points on this event, which it will be hard to do that before it ends, but if you're close, push for it. If you... I just clicked on the campaign. I did not mean to click on the campaign. Okay, so if you haven't already done it, these prize derbies right here. This gets you like 3 of the card. The SSR Guts card. I'm not saying that you have to get the SSR Guts card, but if you ever need a Guts character, in the future, if you ever need a character that needs Guts, if that happens, you're going to regret not having the support card that you can get from the event right now. You can get 3 copies of it from the spinner. You can get 1 copy of it from doing the event to level 8, which requires points. So while you're doing the points, you'll get this one. Okay, so you get 1 copy, 3 copies. 4th copy comes from just getting to 300,000 points. Now there's also an SSR card. Well, no, there is an SSR card. And then there is also an SR card that you get somewhere. It's right here. Nice Nature. SR. So it's a gold one. That's 150,000. That's the halfway point. So those 2 cards, the SR card and the SSR card, only come from this event. If this is your opportunity to get them, so definitely go after them if you haven't already. That is... Oh, I have it set up for speed only. Okay. This one. This card right here, which I have level 50, uncapped all the way. Right now is the only time you can get this card. You can get 5 copies of it. You can get it maxed out right now. It is not hard. If you need Guts, it's a good card. The other card... This one? Yeah, this is it. Okay, Nice Nature, SR card. It is a Wit card. It's actually a Wit card. That's pretty good. So you could get 5 copies of this SR Wit card right here. So definitely grab that if you haven't. The SR card is a little bit easier to get than the SSR card. The 150,000 is a lot easier than the 300,000. Alright, cool. So if anyone's still around, don't forget to do all that YouTube jazz and like, comment, subscribe, whatever. You guys have been commenting, so thank you for that. If you haven't subscribed, though, please subscribe. Hit that bell icon. You won't be notified unless I drop a link in on Discord, and if you're in the Discord, or if you hit the bell icon. So anybody's interested in any of that stuff, let me know. I will be streaming again in the near future. I'm going to try to pick up my streaming again. I used to do it quite a bit. I stopped. Once I get good at Torim, I'll probably stream that a little bit. I'm not good at it yet. But I will talk to you guys later. It has been a lot of fun. I hope everybody has a good night. Peace out.